Communication. People communicate with each other in many different ways. We speak in a language and write that language down on paper using scripts and alphabets. We design flags and symbols to pass on a visual message. We send messages to each other by post, telephone, facsimile, and increasingly using computers. Civil rights. The U.S. civil rights activist, Martin Luther King, was a great speaker who fought for justice. Okay. Every day, we use many hand signals just to say okay. Find out more. Esperanto. To end the problems of language barriers, Dr. Ludwig L. Zamenhof of Poland invented an international language in 1887, known as Esperanto. The new language was taken mainly from Greek, Latin, German, and French. It is simple to speak and to write. Despite its advantages, Esperanto has never been popular, and only a few people speak it today. Communication systems. As recently as a century ago, the only way people could communicate with each other was by word of mouth, or by letter delivered by road or rail. Development of the telephone, radio, satellites, and computers now means that messages are sent around the world in a fraction of a second. Ringing that changes. The telephone has changed its design many times over the years. Communication satellites send telephone, fax, radio, and television signals around the world. Satellite receives communication signals from one Earth station and passes them on to another station. Earth station. Motor vehicles, ships, and aircraft also use the signals to plot their position. Earth station. The Internet. The Internet is a network of internationally linked computers which gives its users access to information around the world. The system began in 1969 in the U.S. Defense Department. It was used to link its computers, but soon expanded. Today, millions of people are connected to the Internet through personal computers, either to browse through it for information, or to publish their work. Using the Internet can be used for business, or to chat to people you have never met. Find out more. The World Wide Web. The World Wide Web, also known as the web, consists of tens of thousands of pages on the Internet. Many contain illustrations, photographs, and animation, as well as text. They can be viewed by a browser. This is a program that provides a window in a computer screen on which the pages are shown. By clicking on any word that is highlighted, users are transferred to another linked page. The web has no complete index, but is ideal for surfing, or wandering from page to page. Postal services. One of the earliest forms of sending information to another person was the postal service. For a small cost, letters and parcels can be sent from one country to another in a matter of days. To pay for the service, it is necessary to buy a stamp to fix to the front of the letter or package. The first stamp, called the penny black, was produced in Britain in 1840. Today, every country in the world has its own stamps with different designs on each. The sorting office. In sorting offices, letters have to be put into the right place to be picked up, and then sent to different areas of the world. Flags and symbols. For centuries, flags have been used to communicate information, often the identity of a country or an organization. Sometimes flags are used to send messages from ship to ship, or across a stretch of land. Signs and symbols, such as crests, can also communicate complex information. The Red Cross, the International Red Cross symbol, is known all over the world by millions of people. Stars and Stripes, the American flag, has 50 stars, one for each of today's states. The stripes represent the 13 original states. Find out more. Flags. A white flag is recognized as a sign of surrender, while a checkered flag in motor racing is waved when the winning car crosses the finishing line. A flag flying at half-mast is a sign of respect to someone who has died. Semaphore is a method of communication using two red and yellow flags. The signaler holds one flag in each hand and flags out a word letter by holding the flags in different positions. National flags. Every country in the world has its own flag, which is also its national symbol. The colors and symbols on flags all mean something. For example, many European flags are based on a variation of the cross, while Asian countries often have the sun and the crescent of Islam on their flag. The continent of Antarctica has no flags at all. This is because the land belongs to nobody. National identity. The designs of national flags usually reflect the country's culture or religion. Papua New Guinea, Kyrgyzstan, South Africa, Panama, United Kingdom, Suriname. Find out more. National flags. Every country in the world has its own flag, which is the national symbol of that country. The colors and symbols on flags all mean something. The green and orange on the Irish flag represent the nationalist and unionist traditions, for example, while the stars and stripes on the American flag represent the 50 states in the Union and the 13 original colonies that created the new country. Heraldry. During the European Middle Ages, from the 1000s to the 1400s, knights in battle identified themselves by coats of arms displayed on their shields and on the linen tunics worn over their suits of armor. These arms featured various colors and images representing the knight and his family, and each one was unique to a particular knight. Over the generations, as marriages between different families took place, coats of arms became increasingly complex. They had to be changed to include the new family and show the features of its coat of arms. Coat of arms. Each element of a crest, or coat of arms, has a special meaning, such as the nationality of the family. Language. Language is a system of sounds and signs that people use to communicate with each other. The ability to speak and write makes people different from the rest of the animal world, although some mammals and birds communicate with each other through different noises. Human language is used in many different ways to express a simple feeling or a complicated idea. World languages. There are more than 4,000 languages. The most common are Chinese and English. Mandarin Chinese, English, Russian, Spanish, French, Portuguese, Arabic, other. Amazing facts. Language. More than 1,000 million people speak Mandarin Chinese, making it the most common language in the world. English is the second most common, and Hindi is the third. About 845 of the world's 4,000 languages are spoken in just one country, India. An estimated 869 different languages are spoken in Papua New Guinea, each one spoken by an average of only 4,000 people. Spoken language. There are more than 4,000 different languages spoken in the world today. Many people speak more than one language. In some parts of the world, people speak the language of their own area, a dialect, as well as the national language of their country. Despite their differences, many languages have words in common. Neen in German, nan in French, and nee in Dutch all mean no. Learning languages of other people helps us to get to know them and their way of life. Alphabets. Alphabets are sets of symbols used to write down words on paper. The first alphabets were pictograms. These were pictures used to show an object or an idea. Ancient Egyptian hieroglyphics are a form of pictogram. Modern alphabets use letters to represent a sound, and a combination of letters makes up a whole word. One alphabet, such as the Roman alphabet, can be used in many different languages, as with both English and French. Reading. Right. Many languages are read from left to right. But in Chinese and Japanese, you read from right to left, or from top to bottom. Fact file. Alphabets. The first alphabet was used by the Phoenicians of the Eastern Mediterranean around 1600 BC. The Hebrew, Greek, and Latin alphabets are all based on the Phoenician alphabet. The Roman alphabet has 26 letters, the longest is Cambodian with 74 letters, the shortest is Ratakos, from Papua New Guinea, with only 11 letters. Special languages. People who are blind, or have poor eyesight, read using Braille. Braille was invented by the Frenchman Louis Braille in the 1800s. In the Braille alphabet there are different patterns of dots for different letters of the alphabet. Blind people feel the letters and the words. People who are deaf, or hard of hearing, use sign language to talk. This involves using different hand and finger gestures. Say it with sign. In sign language, each hand gesture means a different letter or a different word. Codes. A code is a system of letters or symbols used to communicate information which the sender wishes to keep secret, or say quickly. During times of war, secret messages are sent in code to prevent the enemy from reading them. Morse code, developed in the last century by Samuel Morse, uses dots and dashes to represent letters and is transmitted along a telegraph wire by an electric current. Wartime messages. During times of war and crisis, countries sent messages by code to protect secrecy.